Okay, we have a few more people that are coming in from the waiting room. All right, we are now live and on the record for Tuesday afternoon docket, September 20th, 2022. The reason that we set this docket today was as a courtesy to attorneys that had requested because their clients were out of town, and it was to dispose of the case so that we could get pleas done today to dispose of it. So if you're here before me today and you're going to ask for a reset instead of getting your client pled out, then the possibility is you will have to go to trial, because I'm not going to be, I did the courtesy of allowing this Zoom, because I'm not doing Zoom anymore. I've been in person since June. I've been telling attorneys to get their clients in just the way we used to do before. And all of a sudden, it's so hard to bring in the clients because they're living out of the county. We did it. We did it all, you know, for many years before, pre-pandemic. So I don't understand what the difficulty is in bringing your clients in. But I did this as a courtesy. And prior to coming on, now I was told that I was receiving phone calls, especially, and some attorneys were trying to use the excuse that their client was out of town. Yes, I'm very well aware that your client is out of town. That is why we have this Zoom docket. So I want to know if you're ready for your plea, use your raise your hand reaction button. And I think the only one that's here for a status only without a plea setting is Miss Cedillo, because her client was out of town. So I'm going to take her first. Miss Cedillo, what is your client's name?
Judge, he's appearing under Jesus Rodriguez Huerta.
Okay. Number 14, CR 20-10894-I. Jesus Huerta Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez, can you hear me?
You're on mute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is the status?
Your Honor, the court is likely going to take issue with this case, Judge. We had been given a setting of August the 2nd to submit all PTD applications. I believe at the last hearing, Mr. Huerta indicated he would be coming in to hire me on an occupational judge. Unfortunately, we do not have any PTD documents submitted for consideration.
Mr. Rodriguez, where are you living right now?
I live in Alamo.
So you're in town?
Oh no, as I was this past court date, I was working in Nevada.
Where are you today?
Well, I'm heading to Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
When
because
are you back? When are you back in town?
they said the job's gonna last about 7 weeks.
Okay. You haven't submitted your pretrial diversion packet. You haven't done your occupational license so that you can submit your PTD packet. So what do you think that we're going to be doing? Is just being in limbo or what?
No, Your Honor.
So you need to do something. I've given you're already almost, let me see, what, 5 weeks? No, you're already past going on over 8 weeks that you were supposed to submit a packet.
It's just that I mean, when I had that court date, like 2 weeks after I got laid off, and then I barely got this job. It starts on the 22nd. That's why I'm heading to Georgia.
You need to, are you going to do your occupational driver's license or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Soto, you have a report on him?
Yes, Judge, she has interlock with Smart Start. There's no violations.
You will appear in person on November 15th at 1:30. You need to get with Ms. Cedillo between now and then. And something needs to be done. Do you
Yes, Your
understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cedillo, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
What is your current phone number?
956 292-8244.
All right, we'll see you in person on November 15th at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Becerra, take off your cap. And don't be smoking on screen. That's how come I kicked you out.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
My client as well?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank
Judge.
you. All right, Mr. Trejo, what do you have, sir?
Judge, I have two pleas. The first is Eder Silva. He's pleading to one case. He has two cases. The other case will be dismissed. He'll be pleading to CR 21-14120I. And I also have another plea, Judge. This is on
Okay,
Christian Galvan, CR 20-05006I. He's a Spanish speaker. I believe they're both signed in.
so there, Mr. Silva and Mr. Galvan are both Spanish speakers?
Mr. Silva is an English speaker and Mr. Galvan is a Spanish speaker.
Okay, we'll have Ms. Castañeda help him. Let me see if Mr. Munoz, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, what case?
Judge, I have number 21 on the court's docket. There was this morning's docket, State of Texas.
Oh, that's right.
Becerra.
Yes, give me one moment. Okay, Luis Antonio Becerra. All right, is he English speaking or Spanish speaking?
He's English speaking, Judge.
Okay, and what is he going to be doing today?
Judge, we have an ADR recommendation on this case, Judge. My client just needs some time to get it completed, Judge. So I'd ask for 30 days, Judge.
When was that ADR recommendation given to you?
This morning, Judge.
Okay. So then he won't be doing pretrial diversion then, okay. So we can do October the 20th. He needs to have everything filled out before then and everything, all the requirements completed.
Yes, Judge, will do. May he be excused,
Is
Judge?
he going to be in town?
I would anticipate so, Judge. Part of the requirements is he has to attend an orientation, Judge.
Right. Mr. Becerra, when do you come back into town?
I'm not sure, ma'am, at this moment. I'm over here at Beaumont. I'm at a job over here. So
How long are you going to be doing that job?
I'm working 7 days a week. So, but I can ask for some days off. That way I can attend to the court.
Do we know when the orientation is?
Well, right now I am in
No,
the
not
orientation.
you. You wouldn't know. Does the state or Mr. Munoz, have you been told when the orientation is?
Not yet, Judge. I'm not sure when.
Judge Alejandra Robledo on behalf of the state, if Mr. Munoz could just send an email to Ms. Elizabeth Banda, she will give him all the dates for the PTD orientation.
I will
I'm
do
going to
that.
give you November the 17th, Mr. Munoz, since you'll already be here at 9:30. If he's attended the orientation by then and there's no need for him to be there on that date because the placement is administrative at that point.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
I do have one other case, Judge, that was set on this afternoon's docket. That's State of Texas versus Javier Torres. He's present on Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Becerra, stay in contact with your attorney. Your next setting is November the 17th at 9:30.
Okay.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and Mr. Torres, he wasn't for a plea today?
No, Judge, he's not for a plea. This should be a plea on the next setting, Judge, if I can just get the next in-person setting when the court's available.
Mr. Torres, where are you located right now?
La Feria, Texas.
So why is he on my docket?
I'm
Was
not
he
sure.
out of town before?
It's possible, Judge. I'm not sure why he was set on this afternoon's docket, Judge.
Did you work out of town, Mr. Torres?
No, ma'am. They just called me and let me know that the court would be doing Zoom.
Okay.
I was ready to go to court, actually.
All right, so then October the 18th at 9:30 in person, and that'll be for a plea?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
And that's all I
Okay.
have this afternoon, Judge. May I be excused, me, Mr.
Yes.
Torres? Excused, Judge?
Mr. Torres, and you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Okay, Who else is ready on a plea? Mr. Almanza, you're set for a plea, aren't you?
Yes, Your Honor. However, it may upset you. This was a case that was set for 9/13, Your Honor. My client was deported between our last hearing and this one. So my client did want to plea out. Unfortunately, when he was deported, I lost contact with him. I wasn't able to make contact with him until yesterday. And so I was not able to get the docs executed in time for today's hearing. But he is on, Your Honor. He is on. He wasn't able to attend because he was deported. So I apologize for wasting the court's time and for the inconvenience, Your Honor.
Well, the thing is I'm not gonna have another Zoom docket.
Exactly, Your Honor. I think it's gonna have to, I'm gonna talk to the state about what we can do. He is able to mail me back the documents. I'm gonna get them executed out of the way, Your Honor. And if not, we'll do a plea in abstention.
In abstention?
Yeah,
Your Honor.
so I'm gonna work with the state on that. And I was really trying to get it done by today, Your Honor. But like I said, it wasn't until yesterday he was able to have internet access.
Okay, Mr. Lozano has an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor, if you'd like, we could take the plea right now and then wait for the paperwork to get executed, and then I could e-file it as soon as Mr. Almanza gets it to me.
Okay. I mean,
Have you been able to give him, have you had an opportunity to explain the plea to him?
I have, Your Honor, but I wouldn't want to do it just because I haven't been able to talk to him about the documents in particular, like go through it individually. So I've only been able to talk on the phone with him on what the terms were, but not necessarily enough to, I like going over the documents and signing it. So can I talk to my client real quick, Your Honor, on the phone and jump back on Zoom real quick?
Just hold on. He doesn't have a device anyway, even though he's ordered. Is that correct, Ms. Soto?
He does have a
Because was
device, Your Honor.
deported? He still has it?
Yeah, he still has it. I want to say he's saying that it's not working properly because he's in.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
He does have a mobile device with SoberSense, Judge, but he's not testing.
Right. Because I would assume since he got deported, he hasn't been able to pay for it or what. Fine, go ahead and speak to him. And then
Thank you.
what we'll do is I'll give you some time, November the 15th at 9:30, have everything done before then, and I guess see how we can go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Castaneda, let Mr. Cortez know that he's excused and that his attorney will speak to him, and his next setting is November the 15th at 9:30.
Señor Cortés, su abogado se va a comunicar con usted. Su próxima corte va a ser el día 15 de noviembre a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Okay. All right, who's, Mr. Trejo's ready on his plea? Anybody else ready on their plea? Okay, Mr. Trejo, and then I'm gonna deal with everybody else then. Mr. Galvan and Mr. Silva. Okay, Mr. Silva, can you hear me? Mr. Silva, is it fine to speak? Okay, and Mr. Galvan, ¿me escucha?
Sí.
Okay. Please raise your right hands, Ms. Castaneda.
Levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Jura que el testimonio que está a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Mr. Galvan, yes or no?
Señor
Sí.
Galván, ¿sí o no?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Silva?
Yes.
NCR 21-14120-I, State of Texas versus Eder, EDER, Adonai, ADONAI, Silva. Is that your true and correct name?
That is correct, ma'am.
You're being charged with driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor, and I'll explain the range of punishment shortly. NCR 20-5006-I, State of Texas versus Christian Ignacio Galvan. Is that your true and correct name?
En el estado de Texas contra Cristian Ignacio Galván, ¿ese es su nombre correcto y verdadero?
Sí, así es.
He said yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And you're being charged with driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor, and I'll explain the range of punishment shortly.
Está usted enfrente de la corte por un cargo de manejar en estado de ebriedad, una ofensa menor clase B, y en un momento le explico la ofensa menor clase B.
Ah, está bien, gracias.
A Class B, go ahead.
He said, thank you.
A Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense of which you are charged, Mr. Silva?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda?
Una ofensa menor clase B tiene una multa potencial de hasta 6 meses en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo y una multa de hasta $2,000 por convicción. ¿Entiende usted el rango de castigo que puede recibir por el delito que está acusado?
Sí.
Yes.
You have a right to an attorney and a right to a trial by jury. You can waive one or both of those rights by signing a written document with this court. Did you have an opportunity to review those documents before signing them, Mr. Silva?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda?
Tiene el derecho de un abogado y el derecho para un juicio por jurado, pero puede renunciar a uno o dos de sus derechos firmando un documento con esta corte. ¿Tuvo usted una oportunidad de revisar esos documentos con su abogado antes de firmar?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you understand in signing those documents that you were waiving your right to a trial by jury, Mr. Silva?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Castañeda?
¿Entiende que cuando firmó ese documento estaba renunciando a su derecho de un juicio por jurado?
Sí.
Yes.
The court will accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No.
¿Alguna corte lo ha declarado mentalmente incompetente, loco o demente?
No.
No.
Counselor, in speaking with your clients, do you find them to be mentally competent and able to assist you in their own defense?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. On both.
The court will make a finding that both defendants before the court are mentally competent and able to assist their attorney in their own defense. And so he's playing on one distance, not the other. Okay. Do you further understand that if the sentence that I assess does not exceed what's recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission should you decide to file an appeal?
Entiende que si el castigo que voy a evaluar, si el castigo no excede la recomendación del Estado, usted va a necesitar el permiso de esta corte si decide presentar una apelación.
Sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Mr. Silva,
Yes.
do you further understand that I do not have to accept the state's recommendation?
Yes, I do.
También entiende que la corte no tiene que aceptar la recomendación del Estado.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Silva, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
And Mr. Galvan, are you a U.S. citizen?
Señor Galván, ¿es usted ciudadano americano?
No.
No.
Okay, knowing and understanding the consequences of your plea today, a plea of guilty can result in your deportation or exclusion or admission of our country. Do you still want to move forward today?
Si no es ciudadano americano, entonces esta petición puede resultar en su deportación, expulsión de este país y negación de la naturalización. Sabiendo las consecuencias, quiere proceder hoy.
Sí, de hecho ya estoy reportado.
Yes, I'm already deported.
Okay. In CR 21-14120-I, State of Texas versus Eder Adonai Silva to the offense of driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
In CR 20-506-I, State of Texas versus Christian Ignacio Galvan to the offense of driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
En el estado de Texas contra Cristian Ignacio Galván por un cargo de manejar en estado de ebriedad, una ofensa menor clase B, ¿cómo se declara culpable o no culpable?
Culpable.
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily, Mr. Silva?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
¿Está usted declarando culpable libre y voluntariamente?
Sí.
Yes.
The court is accepting your pleas as being freely and voluntarily given, and I'll call for state's evidence at this time.
Honor, state offers plea documents and offense reports to States Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal, States Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 3914 disclosures, States Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and needs assessment, States Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and stipulate that the evidence that has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate a plea of guilty.
Any
No
objections, Counselor?
No objection, Your Honor. So agreed and stipulated.
There being no objections by defense counsel, the exhibits are hereby admitted and approved. NCR 21-14120-I, State of Texas versus Eder Adonai Silva. It is a judgment of the court, sir, that you are guilty as charged. And what is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, the state recommends a $300 fine, court costs, 1 year Hidalgo County Jail probated for 1 year, a drug education class, a drug patch for 4 months, a defensive driving class, a theft class, and 90 days Texas driver's license suspension. In exchange for this plea, the state will be dismissing CR 21-03069I.
Okay. And any questions or consideration on your behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. My client does live permanently and work in Chicago, Illinois. So he's asking for permission to travel outside of Hidalgo County, permission to report by mail, and also, Judge, on the drug patch, I'm not sure how he would be able to put that on. I believe that requires a visit to the probation department every 2 weeks. So we're asking that that not be ordered because he lives out of state.
Okay. As far as the fine, he'll have 90 days to pay the fine, 90 days to pay the court cost. He's not going to do the drug patch as it's not feasible. And he doesn't have a Texas driver's license then? He has an Illinois driver's license?
No, I still have a Texas. I just ended up losing the actual card.
Okay.
So yeah.
So then any administrative suspension will run concurrent with this suspension. And the rest of the recommendation I will follow. I will grant your request. You can travel outside of Hidalgo County. And you can report by mail.
Okay.
And what is your phone number?
My number is 956-620-5692.
Okay, after court, Ms. Soto will contact you. So it'll be a little bit, okay?
That is totally fine.
All right, so you, did you say that he was gonna need a mobile alcohol monitoring device?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, then, you're excused, Mr. Silva, and Ms. Soto will call you in just a bit.
All right, thanks so much. You guys have a good day.
Okay, you too. All right, Ms. Castañeda and Mr. Galvan, what is the state's recommendation first?
Your Honor.
To look at?
Yes, Your Honor, the state recommends a $100 fine, court costs, 3 days Hidalgo County Jail, credit for 3.
Okay, it is a judgment of the court, sir, in CR 20-5-006-I that you are guilty as charged. Ms. Castañeda, please translate the sentence to him.
Okay, en el estado de Texas contra Cristian Ignacio Galván por un cargo de manejar en estado de ebriedad, esta sentencia de la corte que es culpable de los cargos.
Sí.
He'll have a $100 fine. Court. The recommendation is $100 fine plus court costs, 3 days in Hidalgo County Jail, and credit for 3 days.
Son $100 de los costos de la corte y tres días en el condado en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo, crédito por 3 días.
Okay, Mr. Trejo, any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, the fee and the court costs will be waived, and the rest of the recommendation I will follow.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Hinojosa, what do you have?
Judge, I have 3 cases on your dock with the same defendant, CR 18-05839I, CR 18-05840, and CR 18-06072, State of Texas, where is Juan Antonio Edacheka.
Okay,
And
and Mr. Edacheka is present?
Yes, Judge, we were supposed to basically have everything proved up today or for the pretrial, basically pretrial diversion. My client has not completed that step. I'm asking to allow me to withdraw for this matter. We have basically attempted to communicate with him numerous times, the process, the procedure, but to no avail, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Edacheka, do you understand English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your refusal to cooperate with your attorney has resulted in him filing a motion to withdraw. Mr. Hinojosa, were you appointed?
No, Judge, I was retained on this case.
Okay, so you have not completed what you should have done. And is he still PTD eligible?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm giving you one more study and that's it. If not, you'll have to prepare to go to trial. Do you understand me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm granting your attorney's request to withdraw from these 3 cases. And you need to return on October the 18th at 9:30 with your new attorney and ready with your PTD packet. So speak to them quickly.
Your Honor, I don't think I'll be able to make it because right now I'm in school in Dallas and I'm not sure when I'm going back.
Well, Mr. Edacheka, that's why we had you on the Zoom and this is the last Zoom. So
It's because my phone had broken and I didn't have a phone. Like I didn't have an email or a phone so I could contact Mr. Hinojosa.
I find that hard to believe because if you're in school, there's a library there and you have the email and there's free internet there at that school.
Yes,
There's a lot of ways that you could have been communicating with him and
yes,
you didn't.
Yes, I understand that, but I didn't have, I forgot my password for my email. So I needed my phone to get the password.
You don't need your phone to call Mr. Hinojosa's office. You could have Googled him. There's a lot of ways that you could have done it. It's you chose not to do it. And now you're in this situation. Number 1, without an attorney and in Dallas. So now you're going to come back. So if you don't come back, then I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. So if you're not going to want this, then you need to speak to Mr. Hinojosa.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Mr. I mean, you were already ready to have been on PTD. You could have taken care of everything today. October 18th at 9:30. Figure it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Who else? Mr. Mora, what do you have? You're on mute. You have Julio Cesar Martinez, correct?
Yes, ma'am. He was
Okay.
to appear by Zoom. He is on screen.
Okay. And are we ready to plea him out?
No, Judge, this is a case I was asking. This is the last time we had court so that he could make his way back down. He's up working.
Well, we put him on the Zoom docket because he was out of town.
Correct.
And so that he could hopefully plea out today. So when are you coming back, Mr. Martinez?
30th, the first week of next month, I'll be over there.
And then, so you're gonna be here on the 30th?
Yeah.
Not yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
because I've already reset you a lot of times. Are we having a docket on October 4th? I can't remember since I'm gonna have a conference.
We do have a docket, ma'am, that day.
Okay. October 4th at 9:30. Are you gonna be in town, Mr. Edacheka? I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
October 4th at 9:30. Get with Mr. Mora because you need to do something because we accommodated you and then you placed your attorney in a hard spot. So October 4th at 9:30. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else on him?
No, ma'am.
All right. And do you have another one?
No, ma'am. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. Y'all are excused.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Flores, what do you have?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Judge, I was in this morning. I was in your court, Judge, and for the court order, that my client Victor Maganas and myself appear via Zoom, and he should be on Zoom right now, Judge. I sent him the information.
Okay, CR 21-09564-I, State of Texas versus Victor Maganas. Mr. Maganas, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the reason that I wanted you to appear is because there was a KPS that was issued an arrest warrant for you on May 9, 2022. However, the probation department has reported that you have 0 violations on your alcohol monitoring device. So I am recalling that warrant for your arrest, sir. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Flores, how much time do you need?
Your Honor, I believe this court gave us November the 17th. I said, Mr. Maganas is in Wisconsin. He's a migrant worker. He's working up there. He should be back late October from up north, Judge.
Okay. November 17th at 9:30, we'll see you here in person, Mr. Maganas, okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you. Ms. Saldana, what do you have, ma'am?
Good afternoon, Judge. I'm standing in for Jorge Salinas, Judge, at number 6 on your docket Rigoberto Alonso Romero, I believe.
Okay, CR 210168-I, Rigoberto Romero. Is Mr. Romero present?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are we ready on a plea?
Judge, I was just informed that I believe Mr. Salinas received a plea paperwork on Friday afternoon. Mr. Alonso's out of town, and I was told that he has not had the opportunity to sign and return the plea paperwork. And I was just asked to stand in literally, Judge, a few minutes ago. So I know Mr. Salinas had a major water leak at home, so he's not able to be present. And I'm texting with the office trying to get as much information as possible right now.
Okay.
But that's basically where we're at. I know the plea, was reached, a plea deal, but we just needed the papers signed.
Okay, and Mr. Lozano, when do you show that plea paperwork was sent out to Mr. Salinas?
September 14th, Your Honor.
I was told September 16th in the afternoon.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Romero, you're still living in New Mexico?
No, I live in Arizona.
Oh, you're in Arizona now.
I was working in Virginia, but right now I'm laid off, waiting for the next project in my job. So I'm gonna be working like I'm not really sure, but at the end of this month.
Okay, but you live in Arizona.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure. Is there did you used to live here? How did you pick up this?
I got my home over there in McAllen, Mission, Mission, but I have a restriction, so I cannot be around my wife.
Okay, so are you coming back?
I don't think so, because
So
I'm not
you're
from.
gonna permanent, well, you've got to find a way back here because the plea paperwork is gonna be sent to you to sign up on it, but you need to appear in person.
Yes, I'm gonna be able. Sorry about that. I didn't understand the question.
Okay, so when do you think you're gonna be back here in the Rio Grande Valley in Hidalgo County?
Okay, I'm gonna be there next month on the 16th.
Then can you stick around until October 18th?
Yes, so.
Okay. We'll go ahead and have them come in on October 18th at 9:30. That way we can prove up the plea.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right, Ms. Saldana?
Thank you, Judge. Yes, we'll make sure he's there.
All right.
And I have
Okay.
nothing further, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, and Mr. Zamora, on Mr. Nieto, did he say why these needed to be reset? Ms. Castaneda, did he say why Mr. Nieto needed to be reset?
No, ma'am.
Well, now he's gonna come in person because this was the only out of town docket. So it's October. Let me see. No, we can do November the 17th at 9:30. And no more resets on that one. Because I believe it's already the fourth one. On number 16. Did Ms. Gonzalez call in?
Yes, Judge, she called in this morning advising she was going to be in mediation, 2 back-to-back mediations all day.
But this defendant is out of town or what?
I don't, hold on, let me see if I can find the.
Well, now he's gonna have to come in town, November the 15th at 9:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that concludes